Get out of it. Give me it. Inside Season 5, Episode 4 of Outlander. I think that's one of the things about our relationship this season is that it is very settled, and so you get to explore those nuances in a way that we really haven't before. Season 3, when we came back together, it was so much led by action because everything was happening to them. And again, even last season, it didn't feel like we had enough space, I suppose, for those smaller, more intimate, just relationship moments. And I think they're really important, and it's really important to kind of take that time for them. That walk in the moonlit grove was really lovely, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Sort of underlying current of romance still in their relationship. I think it's really nice to see that, that they're not just settled in this relationship.
I mean, I think the dance is such a lovely moment, and it's very funny, and Sam was very, very good.
Surprising, yes.
For such a bulky man, he's very light on his feet.
Thank you.
Well, this is a whole side to Roger that you've never come close to seeing. He's throwing himself at that, I think, with determination. And he wants to do it right, and he wants to succeed at it, and he wants to prove to Jamie that he can do this. He knows that he lacks a lot of the skills. He knows he certainly lacks the experience. He's a captain of a militia. How do you deal with that? What does that even mean? I have no military experience. He'll have military knowledge, but only through history. So it's a huge undertaking for him. As much as Jamie's testing him, he knows that there's a trust. Regardless of what issues they have with each other, and for whatever reason, Roger being sold to the Mohawk, and the fact that Roger hesitated coming back to Brianna, with whatever that is, they still have a really strong trust in each other. I think Roger's aware of that.
I'm Captain Roger Mackenzie, in command of a militia serving under Colonel James Fraser of Fraser's Ridge.
And he comes into the whole Brownsville thing, I think, wanting to succeed but not really knowing how, and he improvises. He very much thinks on his feet, but he doesn't want it to result in any casualties or death on either side. So he tries to work that out in a much more sort of academic approach. With words, he uses his intelligence, which obviously Jamie's not particularly impressed with, but at the end of the day, the result is, in my opinion, better. Lives were spared. There wasn't a gunfight. The outcome was better than it would have been had Jamie been commanding that militia, because there would have been blood spilled that
Maybe
day.
all wars should be won with whiskey and singing.
Whiskey and singing?
It's
all you need, and everyone had a really great night. There was dancing, there was song, there was whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is one thing that we kind of forget almost, that Marsali and Brianna kind of are sisters. Originally, I think the writers wanted there to be a little bit of an animosity there, almost as if they're fighting for Claire's attention. Caitriona, Lauren and I kind of had a conversation with them about it and said, look, I actually think that we should, really root for the women and just kind of root for their relationships. They don't always have to be batting off each other, and I think it's stronger that we show how far Marsali and Bri have come as sisters, and it's lovely. It's a beautiful moment. I mean, Marsali doesn't know what's happened to Brianna. She doesn't know about the rape. She just knows mother to mother how it feels if you momentarily even lose your child. And for Bri, she does think that a certain someone could be lurking around, so obviously her mind goes to the worst possible place imaginable, because it does. And poor Heughan isn't very helpful. He's just like, I don't know where he went, I want to play with my horse. And Bri's just building and building, and yeah, she's just cooking up the worst possible scenario in her head, and luckily Jemmy's fine. But I think for Bri that still doesn't completely settle her. I think she's still convinced that, there's somebody surrounding the ridge, and it's not like today. You don't have alarms or locks on your doors or anything else.
There's no ring.
Exactly, completely. So yeah, I really like that scene. It felt really lovely and intimate, and again, Gary's sets are amazing, and I love sometimes when you're just in a really dark room at a table and you can just have a conversation. That's what that scene was. It just felt really real and really beautiful.
Coucou les addicts, c'est Aurélie du site Outlander Addict et j'ai un message pour vous. Si cette vidéo vous a plu, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne, à mettre un like ou à partager cette vidéo sur vos réseaux en cliquant sur le bouton partager qui se trouve juste en dessous. Pour prolonger votre expérience, je vous encourage à visiter régulièrement mon site internet outlander-addict.com. Vous y retrouverez des traductions, des articles et plein d'infos et d'actualités sur Outlander. À très bientôt.